Pet Life Radio.
This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, feline friends. Welcome to Cattitude. I'm your show host, Michelle Fern. Now, you think you know everything about, well, not that you know everything about cats, but you think you've seen everything for cats or about cats? No, you have never seen this before. And it's one of these things that you're like, why didn't I think about that? That is such a cool idea. So stay tuned. After this break, we're going to talk about this mystery thing for your cats. That's going to blow your mind. We'll be right back. Listen up, cat lovers. If you're planning a vacation, you need to hear about trusted house sitters. They connect pet parents with verified and background checked sitters, so you can travel worry-free knowing your fur baby has all the care and company they could need. I love this. I can't stand the thought of my pets being lonely or being in a kennel, so I can't wait to sign up. Cattitude listeners, you get 20% off today with code Cattitude20. That's Cattitude20.
Go to TrustedHouseSitters.com and use the code Cattitude20 for 20% off.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to welcome from Frame Your Feline, Kristina Hughes and Brian Vermeire. Welcome.
Hey, Michelle.
I'm so excited to have you guys on the show. But before we start talking about Frame Your Feline, I know you guys are also, comedians and actors and photographer. You have all these great talents. So I heard comedians and I thought, okay, I'm going to ask this first. Do you have any cat jokes or something funny about a cat that you've ever told on stage?
Oh, man. No, it's a new, my comedy can be found at fancycomedy.com, and it's very observational and it's about men, children, and politics. But I have not ventured into cat comedy.
I haven't, it's so funny you saying this right now. And I'm like, I'm doing the Rolodex of jokes in my head. And I'm like, I've never done cat humor.
They're so funny, There's so much about them.
Michelle, you're making me write tonight some comedy about cats, okay, and I will let you know.
I think the funniest thing, and I just had a show about cat trivia and stuff, is if they, and this is dog related too, but we're Cattitude. So for cats, if they have such great scent molecules in their nose that they could smell so well and all that, why do they have to get up so close to smell each other's butts?
Yeah, right. If they have that powerful sense of smell, right? They wouldn't need to get right up into the grill of the butt, right? But
yeah, why is that?
Why do they get 9 lives? Why not like a dozen? Why did they stop at 9?
I think Dennis is on number 12 or 13, actually. So let's talk about Frame Your Feline. You guys are the creators, so you can describe it much better. All I have to say is I saw your website, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is freaking unbelievable. And how did they think about that? And wow, it's like, it's something that's right in front of you and you just don't think, and you guys put it together and it's like, oh my God, that's incredible. So you can either tell everybody what it is, if you want to start with that first, or tell us how it came about.
Yeah, you know what? Let me do the thumbnail sketch of what it is.
Great.
And then we'll talk about how it actually happened and why, right? So for the people who are listening at home, right?
Or driving in your car.
Or you're on the subway, right? Perhaps you're taking an Uber. I don't know where you are, but listen up. This is what it is. Think of this. Think of 2 floating shelves that are attached to your wall. And one is basically 20 inches directly below the top shelf. So there's 2 shelves connected to the wall. And then there's a frame.
An actual
art frame, like a frame you'd find in the finest gallery. Okay. And it's attached to these 2 shelves, and the cat can jump into the frame, and the cat sits there and looks out at you and they look like a piece of art in the frame. And it's this amazing illusion.
They sleep on it. They clean themselves on it. They're perched on it. They're judging you on it.
Yeah.
They're up high because we all know that cats need vertical space. So they have to jump up into the frame.
And then behind the cat in the frame is art that slides in and out. It's interchangeable. So you can put any kind of image behind your cat.
And they have no idea.
Then the cat has no idea. 1 minute they could be at the Great Wall of China. The next minute they could be,
Paris.
In Paris. The next
at a cafe, at a boulangerie.
They could be on train tracks, right? On the next image.
Or sent to the moon.
Right. So we have hundreds of artwork panels that you can choose from, and you can continually add to your art collection. I'm using quotes to change the look and feel of your cat's feline frame. And the feline frames are also interchangeable too. So like not only is the art interchangeable, but let's say you get bored of the frame you have. We have 3 different frame styles to choose from currently. One is a gallery gold feline frame, which is really ornate. It looks this is actual framing material that professional framers use. So this is not plastic. This is like a real deal, real looking, beautiful looking art frame. And then we have contemporary silver, which is like this wavy, nice silver. And then we have a traditional cherry wood, which is
I say think game room or library or
for the traditional cherry wood.
Yes.
So
it's also not only is it cool for your cat, but it's if you're into your interior design, which a lot of people are, then you can have something that looks 100 million times better, as our 5-year-old would say, than a cat tree.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely better than a cat tree.
This is a great visual. How did the idea come about?
Well, there kind of like three different things were happening. First, like 5-7 years ago, everyone was putting these beautiful pictures of their cats on Instagram and Facebook. And I was we had a friend across the street from us when we lived in the heart of Los Angeles, and we both had white cats. And we called ourselves the White Cat Club. And we would try to get our 2 white cats together and pose them with pumpkins and these cheesy costumes that we'd buy at Petco and plastic tablecloths to set a backdrop. And we could not get any good pictures with our cats for Halloween. And then people were going to Coachella and dressing up their cats for Catchella and putting them in 70s clothing and having a backdrop. And it was just a total fail for us. And we were really frustrated. We kept buying these clearance dog costumes and bringing them home. And then Brian would be like, why are you guys even trying? Cats just don't. And we're like, no, but other people are doing it. And he's like, leave it to a professional photographer or an animal trainer.
Michelle, have you ever tried putting your cat in a costume?
Well, you know what? I actually have a picture. Yes, but not really a costume. Years ago on my other show, which is Best Bets for Pets, I received 3 sweaters. And so at that time I had Dennis, Zeus, who's now in doggy heaven, and Nikki. And I took the sweater and I put it on Dennis. Dennis, though, is kind of like, he's like a cat dog because he's part Maine Coon. So he's really easy. And it was not easy to get on him. And all he would do was walk backwards. He would only moonwalk.
Yeah, right.
That's why I hate it.
Hey, Zeus, we used to stand still. He would not move. If something was on him, he just would not move.
Paralyzed with fear.
If I ever put anything on Molly, I would be clawed to shreds. I mean, I'm just grateful she lets me pet her. I don't know how people get costumes on their cats or even on
right. No, and it's
get it.
Oh, it's
impossible.
The cats don't like it. You take up a cat life every time you put a costume on a cat. I'm convinced of that. So stop it with the cat costumes, right? And that's kind of the cool thing with Frame Your Feline is you were going to go down that road, right? About how instead of putting your cat in a costume, they naturally hop into the frame and the background is kind of the costume because we have holiday backdrops. And
we're always growing our artwork gallery. So we have pumpkins and Meowie Christmas and pictures in Germany at the market with snow falling, so your cats can now actually give you like a confident stance, and they can give you eye contact, and they're not paralyzed going, oh my gosh, I hate this dress. Yeah. And you actually can get a nice family photo out of it. So first it was, we really wanted to be able to have pictures of our cats that look nice, and the costumes were a total fail. And the other thing was our hairdresser had gifted us a cat tree when we told her that we had rescued our cat Frosty from the Lang Foundation. And I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I really want a cat tree. And she's like, no, he's going to love it. Well, Frosty was a feral rescue and like was listed on the Lang Foundation's website. But initially he was born in Santa Monica. He was TNR'd, and somebody had scooped him up and wanted to keep him in her home, but she was moving. And I read the ad and I was like, we've got to get this cat. Well, he was petrified. So as soon as we brought the cat tree home, he hid in the bottom and he wouldn't come out. He would just stick his head out the little square. And we were like, we've got to take Frosty to the vet. Frosty's hiding in the bottom of the cat tree. We have to pick up the cat tree and scare the crap out of this cat
get him out.
To get him out, to then put him in a cat carrier. Like I just felt like it supported him being feral and super shy. And then also we all know that cat trees, you know, if you try to wash them when your cat throws up on them, or you put your cat food dish on them and the cat tree stinks, the cat trees really end up stinking when you try to wash them.
The two grossest things in anyone's house, home, or apartment is A, a bath mat, and B, a cat tree.
Brian, I have 3. What does that mean?
Okay, well, we got to get you away from the cat trees.
People don't vacuum them, and they just kind of get all fuzzy.
To get rid of them and just get something else or whatever. So, okay. So how does somebody go about, going to your site, deciding what and like where to start?
So, well, basically, I mean, it's pretty easy. Once you go to the site, you choose what is called the Feline Frame Ensemble. So that is the whole set. It's a frame, the 2 shelves that hold the frame to the wall, and the bottom shelf is carpeted with like this really nice grooved carpeting. Which
it's easy to clean. I use a little Zoom broom to clean it. You can vacuum it. Ultimately, you can replace it.
And the cats love it. And so I would say start with
picking the frame style.
Because
what fits your decor?
Yeah. What kind of suits your style? And, gallery gold, contemporary silver, or traditional cherry wood. And once you decide on the frame style, then picking the artwork can be pretty easy, because we show with every artwork piece, you can flip through the pictures and you can see cats in the frame. And also you can see the different frame styles with that art piece. So you can make the best decision as to, I like how that looks together. Right.
And as we're getting more and more people purchasing, we're getting more and more videos of people actually showing their cats jumping in and out of the frame with the artwork. So that's cool, because it really comes to life versus just a flat photo. Because when we launched, some people actually thought, you just took a picture of a cat and put it in front of these sunflowers on a path. And we're like, no, it's a real cat. And then we had 4 families that were beta testers for our product over almost a year and a half ago. And let me see. And they had friends who responded and they said, oh my gosh, your cat died. It's taxidermy. And they're like, the cat is alive. Look, here's a video of her. Oh my gosh, thank God. Because we have one beta tester who rescues cats from the streets of Egypt, from Cairo, these beautiful long-haired cats, but they all have something like a little different going on with them, like a funky tooth, or they're missing something, or they're blind or whatever. But it was really funny seeing some of the people who were reacting were like, no, it's a real cat. It's your cat. It's, artwork that slides in and out.
It's really crazy. When we developed it, and then we had our first prototype of it, and when we put it in, what's amazing was how fast the cats jumped into it. And they still do. They sit in it every day, and they just sit
2D sleeps
and
all night long.
And they look directly out. What we figured out is that the frame connected to the wall and, by the 2 shelves, the cat feels like they're in a box. So they feel, boxes. Yeah, even though it's open on all sides, they feel like they're protected. So they like sitting in there. And when they sit in there, they're posing. And so taking pictures of and video of your cat in the frame is like
Easy.
You know?
Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to take a short break. With so many more questions, we're going to be right back after this sponsor.
As a pet parent to a dog and a cat, you're going to run into some catastrophes. Your dog eating up the cat's food, or scavenging in the litter box is one of them. With Door Buddy, you don't have to worry about cutting a hole in your door or struggling with a pet gate. Door Buddy's adjustable door strap installs in seconds and without any tools. Finally, an easier way to let cats into rooms and keep dogs out of trouble. For 20% off Door Buddy, use code Cattitude20. That's Cattitude20 at thedoorbuddy.com. That's thedoorbuddy.com. Give your cat back its space today.
Hey everyone, Michelle Fern here. You know, being a pet parent is a huge responsibility. And since we don't talk dog or cat, we have to do our best to understand what's going on. But when something's going on with them and we can't understand why, it is such a challenge. I remember when Dennis had a bloody nose. I don't know what he did, but it was just all over the place. I freaked. I had to go to the midnight vet. It cost hundreds of dollars. I wish I had had Fuzzy then. Fuzzy is a telehealth service for pet parents that offers 24/7 access to personalized pet care from veterinary professionals. From everyday questions to middle of the night emergencies, Fuzzy has the answers pet parents need. Through live chat and virtual vet consultations available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Fuzzy can answer your pet questions, big and small, urgent, and everyday. Fuzzy can also recommend the exact products for your pet, all of which are handpicked by their established team of veterinary professionals and available at discounts exclusive to Fuzzy members. From getting your pet's diet just right to meeting their middle of the night needs to finally figuring out what makes their breath stink, nothing is too big or too small for a quick Fuzzy call. Right now, Fuzzy is offering our listeners a free 7-day trial membership. Go to yourfuzzy.com/PetLifeRadio today to sign up. That's a free 7-day trial and access to exclusive member discounts on pet meds, supplements, food, and more at yourfuzzy.com/PetLifeRadio. Again, yourfuzzy.com/PetLifeRadio for your free trial of Fuzzy with access to 24/7 personalized pet care and vet recommended products.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking to Brian and Kristina of Frame Your Feline. And okay, I think this is the most amazing idea for cats since, I don't know what.
Since the cat tree. Since the cat tree.
Since cat trees. Or maybe since like leashes, but not every cat can have a leash. That's really rare. So, I mean, But let's talk about this. So, some questions I can imagine people have. When you're putting up the boards, do you have to be like, I don't know, a contractor engineer type of guy where if you have to find the studs or something, or are they easy to put in? And what about the size of your cat? Like Dennis is fat. He's big. What is the weight limit?
Okay, so the installation question is awesome. We have a guide that we actually give you, and you don't have to be a contractor. In fact, on our YouTube channel, we have installation videos where Brian recorded me installing, and I had never, ever used a drill before. And I do know what a stud is because, you know, Brian is a stud. I can use this.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. But I was like, I know how to use a stud finder because that was the thing when we bought our house. We were hanging up tons of art. And that was, you know, another thing that kind of spawned the idea of our product was like, we love these frames. Like we have like gallery walls everywhere. So the installation is really easy.
We really worked hard to make it as foolproof, bulletproof, whatever you want to call it, to make it so easy for anyone to install it. We went really out of our way to
produce the videos
and to simplify the process, because this template that comes with the Feline Frame Ensemble is like a poster that has a level already attached to the poster. And we have little guide points of where you would make pilot holes where the studs are on your wall. And it makes it so that when you tape this this template to the wall, it makes sure that your frame system will be attached straight. And the only requirement is that, you need 16-inch studs. And that's
pretty much how people build.
Yeah, that's pretty much standard how houses and homes and apartments are made. But we really made that process very, very, very easy to do, to install.
And you said Dennis is a Maine Coon, right?
Yeah, he's part. He's not as big as some of the giant ones I've seen. I mean, I've seen, on Instagram, some.
So on Instagram, one of our beta tester families is, what is it, Mara the caddis? Mm-hmm. She's a Maine Coon and her sister is a Bengal cat, Clea the Bengal. Mm-hmm. And you can see we have some cute little clips of them and we're getting more of them. There's like a little soap opera between who gets to be in the frame and who gets to be on the shelves. And are they both in the frame?
Yeah.
So our very first, our alpha version was too small. And we had worked with Brian's dad, who is an engineer, on the product because we wanted to test the torque and we wanted to test everything because of course we're dealing with the most important thing in our home besides our children, our cats. So we wanted to make sure that assembly is easy and that the product lasts and that the cats use it. That's why we're so excited, because our cats have been using them for 3 years, but our beta testers are on like 16, 18 months and they're still using it. So a big, huge Maine Coon does fine.
Even with the pounce, like, how cats pounce on stuff and all of that. No problem.
Zero. So
perfect.
So the torque. So what we have on our site is we say, hey, 25 pounds is totally fine. And it could handle the torque of, a regular normal size house cat of 15 pounds. But I'm telling you, like, we've got some big cats. And they jump up and down all day long. And sometimes there's two in a frame at the same time. So we're good.
That's good. Well, that's, one of those questions I'm sure that everybody asks. Yep. So what about the background? So you have the shelf, you have the frame on your wall. Now, how did the background, photographs and so forth, go in and out? Is there like a plastic sleeve or something, or?
There's a little lip in our design.
There's a lip and a groove in the wood to allow you to then slide it in, and it won't go out of place
or anything.
It won't buckle. It won't do anything like that. And the artwork is beautiful. They're printed. These are large prints, by the way. Everyone should know that the size of the frame it's about 18 inches high by 23 inches wide. Okay.
Big size.
And so there's lots of room for the cat to kind of move around, rotate, clean themselves, do whatever they want to in the frame. And the artwork panels are printed really vibrant prints on this semi-rigid thermoplastic that it holds up. Basically, they're scratch resistant because these things are made to be, dirtied up. If a cat ever throws a hairball up on the artwork because they don't like the art, you simply
I've never seen a hairball stick to the side of something, but maybe
right. Well, this is art.
We have some cats that do some weird things, so we haven't seen that yet.
This is art you can actually get wet and just wipe off with a wet cloth. And
when I switch them out, I just wipe them off with the damp cloth. I also once a month, I just kind of dust the frame with a wet cloth. It comes off very easy. I use a little purple cat Zoom Groom to clean the carpeting. We shot a couple of videos. I like to actually let the hair kind of just cluster there and then do a big Zoom Groom. It's like a toupee that comes off for more proof of which cat has been on which shelf or in which cat frame.
The most often, yeah.
Yeah.
And
the orange one, this one.
And so
cats don't eat the prints, right? That's never happened.
Oh, no. It's flat. There's nothing hanging off of it. There's nothing tempting them.
No, and they're kind of thick too. So they're nice.
Yeah.
These art prints are really
the quality is really nice
durable.
So that when your cat isn't in the frame, you have a nice piece of art in your home. We have all different types of artwork panels to choose from. Like if we're going to have something in our son's room, we have flags on our site. We have sporting events.
We've got so many categories.
The scenery is beautiful. I mean, everything from horseshoes on hay to all kinds. And I noticed that some of the scenery is off to a side. So that purpose is to hopefully the cat will be on the left side and the.
Oh, good.
Yes.
So you have some of that as well.
Yeah, we have to think. It's wild, the whole art thing. It's been such a learning curve for us prior to launch because, we have to get clearance on every piece that's offered for sale on the site. And so some of these pictures we've taken ourselves and we think about how the perspective of the cat being in the frame. So for instance, there's a category called roads, streets, and paths. And the illusion is that your cat, so like I took a picture of these railroad tracks. It's really beautiful.
Yes.
And I took it from the perspective of how a cat would look if you took a picture laying down on the tracks, right? And so that way, when your cat is in the frame and they're in the right position and you take a picture of your cat in the frame on the tracks, it's a double illusion. It's really cool. And so we have a lot of contributing artists and we're getting more.
And we're always welcome to talk to new artists. So artists can find us on the website under the creatives area. They can contact us and say they are interested in, being considered to join our creative community, painters of all mediums, photographers,
digital artists.
Yeah.
And so people who are artists who love cats and when they want to see their work with people's cats in front of them, it's kind of neat. And we also have the ability on our site where we do customized artwork panels. So you can upload a picture of your family, for instance, and maybe you want to see your cat with your family in the frame.
Or if you have a business and you want your logo, one of our first purchasers was a veterinarian in Michigan, and she's going to have her vet clinic, the logo as one of the artwork panels to take pictures of the cats when they're there to send to the owners, like happy birthday to so-and-so, and have a way of promoting herself that way. And they have a resident cat also. Yeah.
Great idea. Now, a lot of this, the purpose of taking pictures, we're in such a digital age. I hope somewhere people are saving them and are printing them because who knows what's going to be in 20 years or something like that. But we're digital. We're putting pictures everywhere. And you're right. Cats are so hard to take pictures of. Even professional cat photographers, they must take 1 million pictures to get 1 or 2 good ones. And this really makes the whole idea of taking pictures of your cats just seamless.
Oh yeah, no, it's a no-brainer now. It's just
right. What would you suggest if someone, if they're like, well, I love this, but I can see my cat all the time, but I really want to do more social media stuff with my cat. Any tips or advice or what they for better backgrounds, or do you have that on your site?
Well, I think the cool thing that we do have is we have a lot of different types of cats on the site. So people could click through and go, oh, does my cat is he gray with orange eyes? How does he look with this butterfly lunch backdrop? Like you can kind of poke around. We do have like Instacat, Insta Famous, but we do have one backdrop that says Cattitude on it. I didn't know if you saw that. I want to make sure you got that in.
We have
funny.
I looked at so many. I have to check that out.
If you go to artwork panels, signs, flags, and symbols, we have a blue Cattitude and a pink Cattitude. But we spell it with 1 T and you spell it with 2 T's. So I don't know.
But I do think I think it's fun. Like if you have a couple of different backdrops and you play around with, like it is Coachella season last weekend and this weekend, you could have, the tie-dye in the background for Catchella. Some people decorate around the frames. Like our one user, Stephanie, she's a makeup artist. She has the Salem, Maine catacombs people in cats in Salem, Mass. She has like Gothic church kind of art and some plants around it. So, that's really cool. On our videos, we just kind of keep the shelves and the frames and the cats. Like we haven't added a whole bunch around that because we want people to see like they can make more of a variety choice with their design. But we have happy birthday to Meow. Everybody loves to celebrate their cat's birthday, don't they? People are having cats' birthday parties online through Zoom, Clea's 5, everybody get together.
What about you?
Yes. So we have many categories that we're going to be unlocking over the course of.
That was my next question. What's happening in the future? And are you considering the frames for any other species? I don't know what. I mean, for dogs, it wouldn't really work because unless they were a whole different kind of.
We have had that
dog
question.
Would pee on it.
We've had that question.
Maybe little dogs.
Yeah, we've had somebody say, well, can you make this for dogs? And I said, thank you for asking, but the dog will just walk right through the frame. They don't sit for
Yeah, we don't know about that, but we do know we are constantly listening to feedback we get from, other people going, hey, we'd love it if you had this category, these types of artwork panels. Mostly everybody loves the 3 choices of the frame styles because we tried to just really cover in the beginning, like, oh, we have gold and then we have silver and then we have wood, and to try to accommodate like people's preferences. Our initial one was white, our alpha version, and it looked really boring. It just looked really boring. Maybe we would offer something that's a wood that people could paint themselves, but people really seem to gravitate towards the actual framing material because it's such a high-end quality product as opposed to, something that just looks like a cut up piece of wood stapled to 2 shelves.
They look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is designed to be on your wall.
Way different than when my producer said, there's this really cool, business, Frame Your Feline. I had such a different picture in my mind that I was wowed. And you'll laugh if I tell you the picture I had in my mind. It was a frame with like a picture of a cat just like popping up on the outside, which is kind of goofy, right?
Yeah. I've like if you do the hashtag cat frame or cat in a frame on Instagram, you see like people put their like a cat who passed away, on a picture and they put it in a frame with like the urn or something nearby. I'm like, oh, but that's not us. Like ours is all about playfulness and celebrating your living cat or cats and all their personalities. We have 2. I have one on my lap right now, and the other one is behind us. We're fostering 2 kittens right now. And we have a beautiful picture of them in one of the feline frames. And the backdrop says family. And it was really special because the Lang Foundation really wanted these 2 kittens to go together because they had bonded. And the little one, the girl who we've named Holly, she has had some like health issues. She had a reaction to getting neutered or spayed. I'm always confusing the 2, but to getting fixed, she had a reaction to the anesthesia. And they're like, oh, she really loves her big brother and he really loves her. And we brought them home because while we're fostering them, we want to make sure that they're a good fit. And they jumped right in the frame together with family behind them, the family backdrop. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's meant to be. And Brian's like, what's our current cat count now?
What is it?
Well, we just lost Frosty in January, he was from the Lang Foundation. So in honor of him, I told him you can't just get 1 kitten, you have to get 2. So I said we would get 2 kittens, but we would name them something that has to do with Christmas since Frosty was about Christmas. So we came up with Holly and Jolly. So we have 4 adult cats, 2 kittens that we're fostering. And we have an outdoor cat named Scrappy who showed up in our neighborhood last year, who we trapped and neutered and got him healthy and gave him all his shots. And then when we let him out of our indoor catio, he escaped through our bathroom window. We're in a 1-story, but he showed up for breakfast that next morning. So he just wants to be outside. He lives in our backyard. He has a little dog house that he lives in. So the mouths that we feed every day for cats is 7.
Okay. You got me beat. I only have 5, but I was expecting not quite, but I've heard of much higher numbers, 19, 11.
Oh yeah, no. We're good. We're good. We're done. Yeah, we're tapped. We have a 5-year-old and we definitely, we have hardwood floors. I do the cleaning, we're just,
no more.
We're done. We're good. Please don't anybody send us a cat.
Okay. No more cats. So let's tell everybody, where can they find out more? Where can they buy Frame Your Feline setup?
Absolutely. So Frame Your Feline is at frameyourfeline.com. That's our website where you can place your orders. And we also have a great Instagram account at Frame Your Feline.
And a YouTube channel.
And we have a YouTube channel. So look up Frame Your Feline on YouTube too.
Those are the social medias that we'd like to direct people to. Twitter is kind of, these days. And
yeah, nobody tweets these days.
Yeah, we've reserved, the other platforms, but those are the ones: Instagram, our website, and YouTube. Those are the best places to find us and find our users. And our users, we're asking them to hashtag Frame Your Feline when they post so that other people can, get to know their cats as well.
Well, Brian and Kristina, I want to thank you so much for coming on Cattitude and talking about Frame Your Feline. It's fabulous. Everyone, you have to go check out their site at frameyourfeline.com. You will be blown away. And, there's always a holiday or something for gift time. What a better gift to give someone that is nuts about cats. So go check out Frame Your Feline. And Brian and Kristina, thank you so much for coming on Cattitude.
Thank you, Michelle.
Michelle. Thank you so much.
We had fun. There was no attitude. You had Cattitude.
Right. Yeah, that's my little tagline. Thanks again so much for making the time to come on Cattitude. And this has been one of the most fun shows on Cattitude. I hope you guys had so much fun listening. Please check out Frame Your Feline. I know Brian gave a really good explanation of what a great visual for audio, but you have to check it out. It's amazing. So I want to thank my guests, Brian and Kristina, for coming on Cattitude. And I would love to thank my cats who are going to be posing soon for Frame Your Feline. So check out my Instagram at Michelle Fern Pet. Thanks to my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guests sound amazing. And of course, thank you so much to everyone listening. You make Cattitude what it is. So thank you so much. And remember, lose the attitude. Have Cattitude.
Let's Talk Pets every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.